Daddy Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play option. Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
Morning, everybody.
Good morning. Happy Thursday.
Yeah.
We're on fall break today, so if you see my wife calling for help in the back window, if you see the police, just let me know, or anything like that. Some sort of mutiny happening.
Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat.
Like in the comments which part of the arrest was your favorite.
Explain something to me, Troy. This whole concept of fall break. Kids just started school, what, 3 weeks ago or
That's
whatever?
correct, Dan.
They get a full week. I mean, it's
That's
great.
correct. 2 weeks, Dan. 2 weeks.
You get 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we don't get 2 weeks.
Wow.
With all
do you go year round though?
We go year round, so this
Okay.
is a little different. Yeah, we go a little bit round.
It's
But
great
I will.
for the kids, but it's tough for the parents. I mean, you just
Well, I think anything that makes kids' lives easier is probably the wrong choice.
That's right.
That's my general
Yeah.
my general rule of thumb. So yeah, I'm not today. You should have known me during COVID. I mean, some of the darkest thoughts I've ever had about the school system in general.
Oh my
During
goodness.
COVID, yeah. Parents stay home for, with your full-time jobs.
There's a lot of documentation out that the kids that were held out of school from COVID, like there's all sorts of stuff about tracing the effects down the road and how those kids are still like below the curve behind what the grades above and below them were in their respective subjects. Troy, am I speaking your language here?
No, I mean, listen, we would, everybody went remote. So you're working remote. I'm a software engineer. The kids, we have 4 kids at home, all in different grades, doing different school. So, I mean, after lunch, basically, I would just take my son and we'd just drive to Kentucky or something like that. And we'd go to a McDonald's in Kentucky and come home just to get him out of the house. And I would work at night. I would put the kids to bed and I'd just work at night. It was one of the dumbest times in history. Like, if you ever want to get me actually talking anyway, it was so bad for everybody, and it's insane that anybody would say that it was good. So that's my opinion about it. But
he doesn't have any strong thoughts, Matt, on that at all.
No opinions.
No opinions.
That's a different podcast.
Again, it's a separate thing because we have special needs kids. I know a lot of parents who were having the time of their life, just watching shows with the kids during the day, watching TV. Hey, I play video games with my kids. That's fine. That's all good.
Yeah.
We were in a different boat. So I recognize that.
Yeah.
I recognize that as part of it. So anyway, listen, speaking of
Troy, you don't have as strong feelings towards this as you do towards your feelings on soccer, do you? I mean, what do you think you'd have stronger feelings on COVID or your feelings about soccer as a beautiful international sport?
I just feel bad for soccer fans. That's all. Like, I don't think there's anything nefarious with soccer. I just think it's not, I don't know. I mean, Dan, you've been a Bulls fan for the last 15 years. You kind of get it.
Yeah, it's a different, when I was growing up, I didn't know, the only ones I knew, the few kids in the neighborhood that had soccer, they didn't really speak English back, we're talking the 70s, and they didn't speak English. And same with, we had a kid on the block who played volleyball. And I'm like, where are you at? He ended up being an All-American volleyball player at Ohio State. But again, it's the foreigners. And now how soccer has ballooned, and I think parents have realized, and I didn't particularly love it, but it was a wonderful sport for kids. I mean, the fact that, if you want to fight obesity, put the kid in soccer,
It's true.
right?
It's true.
I mean, you don't see any,
So much running.
there's so much stinking running. And, too bad they couldn't get, I've always thought, someone who loves basketball, boy, if you could get if you look at some of these soccer players, how fast and quick they are in short distances. If you can convert a couple of them over for basketball, boy, they'd be, I mean, because they're great in those short distances and they're quick.
I mean, we talked about this before, in the US, the kids' youth sports is it's a mega industry. I mean, how many hotels are kept in business by travel sports on the weekend?
Oh, that's a great point. Yeah.
And how many restaurants are kept in business by travel sports on the weekends? And it's a huge business, and they get the kids to specialize so early that the kids don't play other sports. So it's like you're a soccer kid or you're a baseball kid, and you see sixth graders with two $400 bats walking into school. It's like,
400.
what do you do? Like, what are you doing? Oh, that's my old one from last season. I use that as my backup. I got my new one this year, and it's like, it's an inch longer.
Wow.
It's $400. It's basically the same bat. Like this is a 30 instead of a 29 or whatever, whatever.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and get it on the record as well. Travel sports are really stupid as well. And you shouldn't get.
Hey, big part of the GDP, Troy. Big part of the S&P.
That's true. Yeah. That's why we have to lower interest rates. That's so. Listen, I mean, we could go on. It's like playing softball. Just people throwing subjects at me, and like an old man just being.
You're just crushing. You're the ringer, though. You're crushing each pitch as it comes in.
Well, so soccer and travel sports aren't exactly fastballs for me. I'll put it that way. So, on that note, we have two to look at today. I want to jump right in because we have two tests I want to look at. So we had a talk, Matt, yesterday about early assignment, particularly in the cues, because we looked at the low orb, and we had some people asking like, "Hey, I've never been assigned. That's a scary proposition. What happens when you're assigned? What do you do? Blah blah blah."
Yeah.
So we talked through that. But then I was thinking about yesterday. I was thinking, I wonder if there really is a way to take Austin T's original low orb, in SPX, and make it a little bit safer, a little bit easier.
Okay.
For someone with a small account to do.
Okay. You're spoiling a weekend video coming in the near weekend, Troy.
Well, yours will be better because this is a crappy version of it.
This is the version this weekend is maybe not smaller.
Okay.
So
okay.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Get that notification.
So this is Austin T's smaller orb Troy version.
Okay.
It's not a great test, but I mean anything over 2 I consider okay. And so
it's a low it's the low selling a fly on a low orb on the SPX, but potential for a pretty sizable loser if you lose.
Yes, the big thing is that instead of 40 wide, we brought the wings in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wide.
Yeah.
So that's really the only difference. And I wanted to talk through that a little bit because there's pros and cons of that. And it gets into like the nuance of sizing. Because you say Q's has all these problems, it can be assigned.
Yeah.
Why does it work? Well, it works because the same concept that a wider width works on SPX. Like you're just collecting more money.
Yeah.
Right? You're just collecting more money. Now, again, you could take this and you could do like XSP on it,
Right. But you'd have manually, it would be kind of a pain in the booty to watch a low orb and you got to do this and put it on. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
ride or die. So Matt's rule of XSP is ride or die only. So
Mm-hmm.
So it's about an $800 trade or so, margin wise. Like if you sell 1250 credit that first one, and
yeah,
it's 20 wide, so it's about $800, 750.
Yes, you get a couple 500s out here, depending on what you're getting. If
Oh,
you're
margin. Yeah, I got you.
yeah. But yeah, you collect enough, and it's 20 wide. It's 0 day, and
yeah,
I mean, basically, all you're doing with this is you're reducing your risk through the whiff. That's all you're kind of doing. You're
Yeah.
getting your margin required down. So
Good
yeah.
risk reward ratio, hard to get, I mean, versus
And-
an iron
and
condor,
this is-
an iron butterfly.
this is balanced. Like my initial thought on this is there any value to skewing it to the upside? Because in general, markets go up.
Yeah. So maybe make the upside.
I don't know.
wide,
I haven't tested this. I'm just, I don't know.
15 wide on the upside, maybe see if that, or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah,
go.
like 15 wide, and if you wanted to keep the same profile, could you do 25 wide on the downside? I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say hit run.
Yeah. Hit run it.
Yeah.
I'm just, it's just interesting because, I mean, here's the other thing too. I mean, backtesting is literally backwards looking. I mean, in general, since May of 2022, we've been in a bullish market. So a little bit worse. Yeah. What if you do 25 on the put? I'm just curious. Sorry, I'm trying to go on fall break too, apparently. Woo!
I'm trying to go on fall break.
We've got an uneven, we have a split strike fall break in my house. So the children's fall break is not aligned. It's okay.
Wow. One at home and one in school. Wow.
It's all right though. It's okay.
Yeah.
Split
I feel
strike.
like we are officially in fall here. It was chilly this morning.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, that improved it a little bit.
A little bit. I mean, I don't know if that's
negligible.
anything to write home about or not. It's just an interesting idea. It keeps your same, it doesn't keep the same risk profile, right?
Right.
Because what could happen is if you continue to drill, it will be worse, right?
Yes.
But you're saying that most of the time you're not going to continue to drill. And do you get a little bit more credit, maybe?
Yes.
Probably. I don't know.
A little bit. Yeah. I mean, it ranges.
A little bit just from put skew.
But your margin's up, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
25 wide on the put side.
Yeah. So potentially bigger losers.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but that was just an idea of saying, if this cues scare you, there's ways to trade that Austin's without requiring, $3,000 to $5,000 margin. And so I'll put that in there, that test. But on to the next thing, because we have a little bit of a challenge for you guys.
Yes.
We have a dream of a test, but we want to see what the chat could do. We've been talking a little bit through the months about how the chat really is made up of a bunch of smart people who really are good at backtesting. And that's been kind of one of my favorite things about doing the show is you have people, I thought we were going to have to come up with stuff and people be like, just take it and run with it. And that certainly has happened. But I see a lot of people trying to make something their own, which was the whole point of this, is just give ideas and make it your own. And quite often what your own is better than ours. I promise you that will be the case today.
Yeah.
So I give you a test that really I've been working on a test like this for a long time and I've never been able to get it. And so I'm going to show you a version of it. And what this is, I give you the 2-day double fly third try. I won't tell you
the tongue.
I won't tell you how many tries we've had.
Yeah.
But it's just the name third try for that.
Yeah.
Matt, Dan, what am I trying to do in this test here?
That's it. That's a good question. Matt, why don't you take first stab at this?
Listen, this isn't my baby. I'm more like a babysitter for this
Yes,
one.
babysitter is a good word.
So this is a Monday morning. I'm not sure why it's 10:36. I think it's just a random minute, but it's a double fly. So just for clarification, our backtester and our automation platform are very, very, very close. There's a couple things that can't be done on the automation platform, very small number. And one of them is trade 6 legs. So if somebody was doing this, they'd have to do this as separate strategies because there are no brokers that I'm aware of, at least in the US, that allow 6-leg trades. So this is indeed a 6-leg backtest where you are doing a 30 delta fly to the upside, and that is unbalanced, and a 40 delta, little bit higher delta fly to the downside, and that one is balanced.
45.
And 45 delta, yeah, 45 delta, 40 wide. And yes, if you chart this out, it looks like Batman's cowl. So it would be like this. I don't know which way it is, but slightly off kilter, but that's the idea. And the exit is a leg delta exit. So if you go to the trade log, I'm guessing most of these exits are going to be profitable exits. So I think what this needs, so if it hits the leg delta exit, and this past run was an interesting example where it won to both sides. So that's a different setup than like a calendar maybe, where people may run a 2-day calendar. Usually the calendar kind of, there's one side that's a little more responsible for the win. This example won on both sides. And what it doesn't look like it has is an exit rail when it's going to lose. So some sort of loss exit rail is just my first take. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Isn't there now, folks, as I said, this is more of a wounded, I'll call this a wounded test.
Wounded fly.
And
Dan.
Troy and Matt were trying to protect me, the identity of who came up with this goofy test. And I apologize ahead of time. And the history real quick of this is I would do, a year or two ago, and I would do double butterflies, some double butterflies, especially when maybe the vol was a little bit higher. And I was concerned about VIX coming down, and they were doing pretty good. I mean, at least the version I would do, I'd put it on Monday for Friday, and they worked pretty good. And I know that doesn't necessarily test well because you're kind of going through a lot of the events or later in the week. And so I was playing with that 4-day. I didn't have any success at the back testing. And so I tried it like 2 days, put it on Monday, I believe, take it off Wednesday. Now I did put some exits on it, I think. Right, Troy?
You put some delta exits on it.
Leg, because, a balanced butterfly isn't going to be what I've noticed when I was trading it live. It's not going to handle a price move as well as a DC, right? But it also, you would think, well, if volatility goes down, you're okay. But if you make them wider, you still have that in the middle. You can get beamed, right, at expiration. It won't usually happen until that last day, right? I mean, even though it says you can get hurt if it doesn't move much, that hurt doesn't take place really till the end because, right, in this one you lose quite a bit when it just expired, right? And it maybe didn't go up enough or so. So I really, just so you know, chat, I came to Troy and Matt today. I mean, Matt's been helping me a little bit with this, and I came to them today and said, "Could we throw it to chat? Maybe they can help with this wounded 2-day double butterfly." Part of my determination to get this to work is someone I admire, Tom from Scotland, made fun of this with, and he is very funny with
The Scottish challenge.
yeah, and it was a Scottish challenge. I haven't been successful, so I'm trying to, get something that Tom would say, maybe I was wrong and you can get a double butterfly to work. But so far it's not working. It's not doing. So if anybody has any ideas, I would appreciate it.
I've heard some jokes about Scottish people, just kind of like Polish jokes, but can't say them on the air because this is a show for kids. So
that's a different show.
Yeah, if you ever want to know about what the jokes about Scottish people are going around right now, I'd be ashamed to tell you. It's going to take me a minute to model it because it's a bit of a beast. But I was thinking about that. So, Matt, do you have any thoughts about it while I'm looking at this? To see
I just think it needs. I mean, my initial reaction would be to add leg delta exits. Add leg delta exits on one of the longs when it moves away. Maybe both the longs. I don't know. I've not traded. I like the concept of it. I love here. I'll tell you a holy grail idea that I love. I love trades that are two trades that can win on both sides. I love that idea. And that's possible with a couple long debit trades. I had a Rick that used to have profit targets, but it was so rare that it won both times. It seems like this one maybe a little more in concept could win on both times. The chat is agreeing. I approve this trade just on principle. That's kind of where I'm at. I like the principle of it. It needs more massaging. It just needs it doesn't just need, but I think it would really benefit from a rails exit when it's really going against you. You know?
I mean, the one pain that you guys mentioned is on these type of trades where the execution, right? So it's not a clean automation trade where it's the DC, no problem, right?
You could so this would be easy to automate as two separate strategies. There's no real advantage to entering it. I mean, it's simpler to run in a backtest. But you could put this in two strategies and automate it. I don't think you'd have a problem with that at all.
So you could automate like, okay, when one gets filled, do the other, or is
no, you would just set them for the same time, and I
got you. So the same
thing.
Same.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
So yeah, that would work. You figure out what you want to trade and probably use a fixed contract would probably be the way that would make the most sense. But yeah, I think what it's just missing is an exit rail.
Are you saying an exit rail in addition, like it has exit using leg delta?
Yeah, an exit rail, something that would function as if a leg is going to lose to get out and preserve some of the capital. That's
I got you.
Because I think how many times does one leg win? I mean, you look at it, it has a 59% win rate. So the thought process is usually when you have a trade that's split into two and one side wins and one side loses. The fact that this is a 60% win rate tells you there's some times when they both win. So my thought process is to protect some of the capital and the losers when one side loses would be the first step. What do you guys think?
Yeah, and I never got the Mar over 0.2. I never got
it's this trade. Brokers love this one trade. This is what I call brokers love this trade.
Brokers commission. Oh, yeah.
No. And market makers too. Because the other thing is, I think I bump up both the slippages too. Just being honest, it's not nothing. I mean, 10 cents and 15 cents, but I think
I don't think you'd have to do that because in reality, you're never going to trade this together. That would be like if you could trade this together, certainly you would probably have to up the slippage.
Good point.
But this, you just think about it, this is a 2-day butterfly.
Yeah.
Like I don't think exit slippage. I think 15 cents exit slippage is pretty.
That might be fair. Yeah, and a lot of times you'll be exiting last day. So yeah, I think
Right.
15 cents would. You're probably right.
Yeah, and you're doing them individually. Yeah.
Here's my thought. We're gonna model it tomorrow. Part of
Yeah.
why is because we're working on some cool stuff with the modeling, so I can't do it right now. But two, here's my initial thoughts about it. It made me cry. It just made me cry. It's such beautiful. I love the idea of it so much. I traded something like this for a while, and it worked quite well until it didn't work quite well, and then I just kind of abandoned it. But I will say this: there was a strategy a long time ago. Let me just see real quick if I can find this. There was a strategy a long time ago during the 2013 contest. Do you remember the great 2013?
Oh yes, yes.
Now, I'm going to share this real quick. This is different. It's not a butterfly, okay? But it gave me an idea of something that was interested in this. And I wanted to, just for comparison, just to talk through it, because we're gonna rebuild this baby to be big and strong, Lord willing. So this is, shout out Running Eights. This was a 2013 trade.
Oh my gosh.
That goes back to 2013.
I remember this.
Oh my.
It has 5,100.
I've never seen one with that many trades.
Yeah, 5,100 trades. And it basically...
You got to talk about the 100% allocation.
Oh, gee.
Yeah. So the goal of this was to basically, the 2013 contest was basically, we were sending someone to Sonoma for an options conference with me. And shout out G Money.
A legend. Shout out to you. Probably watching right now.
An absolute Canadian legend. And G Money won. But this one was actually my favorite, personally speaking, because it was very simple. And what it is basically at 2:50 p.m., you're selling $3 worth of credit on either side. Now, what was wild is that by 2:50 p.m., so, I mean, sometimes it's inverted, quite honestly. Like, it's ridiculous because $3 in 2013
yes
was
right. Yes,
insane. So, but what I thought was interesting about this was that it's this idea of put tested. It was what made me think of this. And if you try to trade this, side note, you will get wrecked. And just to try to save you some time here with this, before anybody says, "Hey, send me that test. That was a killer test." Let me just run it year to date real quick for you.
I remember it had like 20 or 30 cents exit slippage, didn't it? Yeah, 25 cents. I mean, listen, wrecked. It goes through seasons. Again, brokers. This is a broker trade. They love this year.
A broker trade. Yeah.
You know, they love it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and so anyway, I thought that was interesting. Just to go back to the thing, part of me thinks that maybe you would also want to do an untested situation, maybe with one of these, but I don't know how to play that yet. So we'll continue this tomorrow. But listen, guys, do what you do best. Like, get in there and just start grinding on this thing. And man, if you could get it to 1, that'll be helpful, because then we can.
If you could get it to 1.
Yeah, I know. And Dan, you shouldn't feel bad, because honestly, one of the ones I traded was something you gave me years ago, and I have like 80 versions of it, called the Sheridan Batman. And it's a very similar concept, and it killed it. And so,
but you do have that. I mean, the tough part, Troy, wouldn't you say? You know, you think, okay, you're doing a short Vega trade, you don't have the middle problem like you do at DCs, but you do. If you do these flies and you do it too wide, you'll have a healthy below zero area that you can get toasted at the end, right? And so here is a little higher delta, because I was thinking maybe that could reduce that if it doesn't move much, but you open up the wing. So yeah, any help on this?
I'm gonna break this real quick just while we're looking at it.
Break it. Exciting.
Just because I want to try something. It just gives me an idea. So we're starting at the 30 delta for the call and the 45 delta at the put. So yeah, you are out there a little bit. So
You're shifting the graph to the right a little bit.
Yeah. So
Batman's off center is what you're saying.
Yes.
Off center.
Yes.
Trying to lean bullish.
So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this here. I'm going to go Bob Ross this thing, except for it's going to be a nightmare cloud.
I like
instead
it.
of
Oh my goodness.
So we're going to go, let's start with that. And then we're going to go one of these babies. And then we're going to go one of these babies. We're going to do that. Let's see what that looks like.
So like an
that
iron
is
type or an iron.
Well, it's a ratio because I'm buying the ones.
Oh, ratio.
Selling the ones close to it and buying two farther out.
I like.
There you go. That's how you take a positive 0.2 to a negative 0.2 real fast. But I wanted to look at that because I wanted to collect a credit.
Which you did, yeah.
Yeah. And now just to test that, I want to take use delta off, and I want to see what would happen just if you just let this thing cook.
You'd have some exceptionally bad days.
You can have exceptionally bad days. So you have that. You're collecting this money, and it expires. But what I was interested in, I want to see the losers.
Yeah. Fly that off, baby. You could fly those off.
Okay, but this was what was interesting. You know, this loser here, it's a $2 debit. You got 740%. I mean, you could test taking a profit for it. The other thing real quick, just to kind of do all the normal stuff. I only want to do this if I collect a credit. So
yeah, I mean, normally when I did double butterflies, I mean, but again, this is just trading without automation. If it was 4-day, I would never go over 2 days. If it was 2 days, I'd try to stay in a day. If it was 6 days, usually half the duration or so. I didn't hold them till duration. Now I don't know if that would help things at all. But anyways, yeah. I appreciate you trying to resuscitate this thing. It may need more. Yeah, it'd be nice to see this on a graph that people could see it. So maybe tomorrow.
I think, yeah, we'll keep looking at it.
We'll keep looking at it and we'll get more upset with it. Yeah.
Well, no. I mean, I think that's part of it is, you're trying different things. So I tried to turn it into a ratio to where you're collecting a credit but getting paid for movement.
Yeah.
But you could play around with that idea. You could play around with the days. You could play around with the exits on the 2-day. There's lots of stuff you could do.
A lot of things you could do.
You could use the leg delt to exit, but then take a stop loss, put a stop loss on, or max loss, whatever you want to call it, on the side that is getting hurt.
Yeah,
go away.
You could break these wings more to pay less of a debit, Troy. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could.
And we could also, I mean, if all else fails, we could put this in the backtesting graveyard. Correct.
That's an option.
We could put it like old car,
That's right.
Things that don't work, stick it in there.
Well, like Glenn, I approve of it. I approve of it on principle because I do think there's something to it. I think it definitely deserves another day. So we're going to spend another day on it tomorrow.
I appreciate it.
Do what we can do. No, I mean, this is part of it. Listen, you should see some of the things I've come up with. Like, if you made money by making bad back tests, consider me Miles Davis. Like,
yeah,
Miles.
You're a regular Bill Gates.
You're a
That's right.
regular. Yeah. You're a
That's
regular.
right. So yeah, we'll keep doing it. Guys, go to it. Put it in the OO discussion channel in Discord. We'll see if we can improve on the concept a little bit. Again, feel free to change anything. Just a test. It's just a test. It's just a painting. It's just a it's just happy accidents.
I highlighted this at a very ill time in the show where it didn't transition well, but the chat has let us know that there are Bob Ross paintings getting auctioned off soon.
To pay for PBS
Is it?
or NPR, one of the two.
I
NPR
thought
or PBS.
I don't want to contribute to any gossip, but I've heard different stuff about his estate too, just like read headlines. So that might be worth might be worth some discussion in a future show. How good would a Bob Ross look as the background here? Is the question.
Should
OO
can we write off a donation to public TV by buying a Bob Ross painting for the OO show?
Probably.
There's a lot.
I mean, it'd be an asset. You'd have to put it on your balance sheet, Troy.
I would if they said to you, you're going to buy this Bob Ross, but with it, you get to choose which show gets saved.
Oh.
And the only public television show, the majority of the day's programming is going to be this one show that you save.
Reading Rainbow.
Well, you do Reading Rainbow?
Yeah.
Dan, do you have any public television?
Well, I like, isn't that where like Nova is on there and stuff like that? I like Nova. We watched some yesterday, or I like on PBS, you can get the with a very small, I think monthly. I like the Ken Burns documentaries.
Great choice.
Those are nice.
Listen, Ken Burns, Nova, Reading Rainbow, all great choices, but the answer is there's only one answer, and I'm sorry that you guys chose wrongly. The answer to the trivia question is Mr. Rogers. You will play Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
You're right. Good point.
24 hours a day.
Oh, yeah.
You have plenty of content.
What about Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood?
You get out of there, and don't you come back until you wash your mouth out. And you
Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood is pretty good, though.
Wow. Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood
spinoff. Pretty good.
Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood was fine. It was fine. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood was where people grew up to be strong men and women.
Yes,
that's
I
right.
agree. This
I forgot about
this.
Fred. Yeah.
This show is a level 1,000 out of 1,000 supporter of Fred Rogers and his Neighborhood. No question.
We don't ban people, in general. We will ban you if you don't like Fred Rogers.
Instantly. Don't tempt us.
Yeah. Listen, let me just end on this note while we're talking about this. For my schooling, I studied Fred Rogers a lot at some point. I was at MTSU a lifetime ago, and I did a semester-long research project on Fred Rogers. And one of the things, I was at Pellissippi here in Knoxville Community College when Fred Rogers died. And I had a work van. And I was in the computer lab, and I got on Yahoo because this, I think, predates Google. And I saw that Fred Rogers had died. And I went out to the parking lot from my work into my work van, and I laid in the back and I cried for like an hour and a half, like an 18-year-old. Like if you would have walked past me, you just would have saw a work van and just hearing like, you would think someone was dying. Fred Rogers, he would go into a place and this kid would be crying. And a mom who grew up on Fred Rogers would be trying to get the kid to be like, come on, it's Mr. Rogers. Like, hey, say hi to Mr. Rogers. Like I would, or any parent, it's your hero. So you're trying to get your kid to be like, this guy's worthy of respect. Like you need to do it. He'd be crying, and Fred Rogers would lean in and he'd whisper, because the kid had this sword. He was carrying a sword. And Fred Rogers said, the mom heard it. He whispered and he said, that's a really, really nice sword you have. I bet you're just as strong on the inside as you are on the outside. And the kid just immediately stopped crying.
Wow.
And like Whoo, that stuff will get you. If you read about
Yeah.
Fred Rogers,
He was
he'll
the
get
real
you.
deal. He was the real deal.
Yeah, he was.
So
Yeah,
anyway, shout out Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
We're probably gonna do a whole Mr. Rogers week.
Mr.
sometime.
Rogers backtest.
Yes.
I'm gonna go out to.
You've
the
inspired
test.
us, Troy.
I'm gonna lay the seats down in the Tesla now for a couple hours, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll model and we'll see if we can turn this back test that's strong on the inside into a test that's strong on the outside.
Real quick, Troy, we are melting up. The ES futures are up 3 points. VIX should be opening up around 1630. So another day in paradise for the 400th time this year. We're near the market highs again.
All we do is win.
VIX going to be down 2 cents probably at open.
Yeah. VIX is sticky though. I'll say that VIX doesn't like to go below 15 right now.
Well, we should talk about that. We should talk about VIX and vol and how VIX and 0DT vol are interacting these days. That's a future show.
Yeah, with the 9-day. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Still in
Sounds
the
great to me.
15s. Yeah.
Well, we got lots to talk about tomorrow. So listen, have a great trading day and we will talk soon.